fast rise, fast acting. So once I finish that class, I'm gonna be able to tell y'all what each one of these ingredients do. It's so much less chaotic than the last time. I did it. I did it. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out of my backyard. And today we are inside. We are inside because I did not bake bread yesterday. Well, Sunday, because today is Tuesday. I did not bake bread, so I'm baking bread again today. And I am using some of the tips and the things that you all told me in the comments. One being, someone said, beloved, get your stuff together first, like get your ingredients together, pour yourself together. This is supposed to be fun. It was fun to me. Like, I know it might be look chaotic. I said it was chaotic, but it was still fun to me. But took that suggestion and got all of my ingredients together, and then I'm going to start making the bread. Also, using fast rising yeast. The last time I made bread, not when we did it together, I used fast rising yeast and I preferred that. You don't have to let it proof, so I preferred that. So we're using fast acting yeast this time. We will see what happens. And then we're gonna put some eggs in the incubator, waiting for that to get to temperature and waiting for it to get to the humidity that it should be at. But I'll explain that a little bit in case you are interested in hatching quail eggs or chicken eggs. True story, you can use this same incubator, which is the Nurture Right 360, to do that. We also have some things in the dehydrator that we need to get out. I had brought, well, my daughter had bought some mushrooms from the store. She was cooking. They were about to go bad, so I have dehydrated some mushrooms. I also still have some cayenne peppers in there. So someone mentioned, like, don't put them into the Mylar bags. I'm still gonna put some into the Mylar bags today. But someone mentioned, like, making, I guess I would make it into a powder to use the capsaicin. So I am going to do that, make it into a powder, and then we're going to look through a book or two and see what we can find. And then maybe I can start a tincture or something else. I'm not really sure what I would start it with. You know what I want? I want one of those things that you can make pills with, essentially. I have been seeing it on Instagram. I need to actually go and research it a little bit, but I think those would be really cool to make supplements out of herbs. I need to go look at it. I don't know the name of it or anything, but I do want to go look at that. So we're gonna do that. We also still have the herbs. We still have the herbs that we set out to dry, like the mushroom root. I'm pretty sure that is dry. And I can't remember what else we set out, but it's over there on the, it's over on the bread rack. So we still need to put those up too, because I also want to put my hydroponics growing systems up. And I have some videos about that. I know I always say I'm going to link something and then I forget to link it. I am really going to remember to link it. So, because I'm not going through like how to set it up and stuff, but we are going to do that today because I've done videos for both of them, probably 2 for one and one for another one for the other one. So we're gonna set those up because it's about to get cold outside. You know, like the summer season is coming to an end, y'all, which brings me to today's sponsor of this video. So like I said, now that the summer garden season is over, I need to find something to fill my time. I need to find other things to fill my time. As we all know, I have recently started baking bread and I have grown to really love it, which is why we're in here again baking bread. But even though I have found bread making to be pretty exciting, I need to find other things to fill my time, you know, now that I'm not working a conventional job. Craftsy recently contacted me. Thank you very much, Craftsy, for sponsoring this video. And I actually started taking a baking class because it's important for me in my mind and the way that I learn to know what the ingredients do in the bread making process. So I've started taking a baking class that teaches me that, because there's a class for that. Craftsy is a community of creative, like-minded makers where I can go and find inspiration to advance my skills and learn new hobbies. While using Craftsy, I realized that you can be a beginner or a master, because the platform offers all kinds of classes for all different skill sets. Like, it offers classes for baking, cooking, crocheting, sewing, a whole bunch of different types of classes. They offer like 2,000 classes in like 20 different categories. I thought it was really cool. There's always something new to learn on Craftsy. But one of the things I like the most is that I can watch on my time wherever I am. And the classes are broken down into short, easy to follow lessons as well. And even though right now I am taking a baking class, I am actually also going to start taking a crochet class. I used to crochet a long time ago, but somehow I put that hobby down. I absolutely loved it. I used to make scarves and things for my kids. So I'm going to also start taking a crochet class as a way to get back into a hobby that I used to enjoy. It'll be really nice to have a hook and some yarn back in my hands. Like over the winter when it's really chilly outside and I need something to do, I think it would be amazing. So I'm definitely going to take a crochet class too. So if you, like me, want to learn a new skill or get back into a hobby that you have and you want to learn from experts on your time, check out the link down in my description. The first 1,000 of my subscribers who are not already members of Craftsy, to click the link in the description below, will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. And this is only for new members of Craftsy. Y'all, happy learning, because I know that's what I'm about to be doing. So once I finish that class, I'm gonna be able to tell y'all what each one of these ingredients do. Anyway, right now though, we're going to add the active yeast to the flour, because that's what it told me to do. Not active yeast, the fast rising yeast, I believe is what I have. I'm gonna add it to the flour, and then I'm gonna mix it up really good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the bowl, mix all my ingredients up, and then we are going to let this bread go while we do something else. So this is just like a day around the kitchen with me. Kind of like the last video, except I actually have stuff to do. By the way, I'm still following the same recipe from the first time I made bread. I like the taste of it better. So hopefully, using fast acting, fast acting. Hopefully using that yeast won't make a difference, because I like the taste of the bread better. Where's my phone? And in case you're wondering what these are, I just needed something small to put the yeast in and the salt in. These are bento box containers. Like if you take a bento box, it's for like salad dressing and mustard and stuff, or mayo, whatever. Condiments, it's for condiments, but that's what I used. That definitely felt less chaotic. Thank y'all. Okay, so one difference from the last time is it's actually on here, which her instructions said when it starts to pull away from the bowl. Mine did not pull away from the bowl the last time, so I'm feeling happy about this. All right, so now we are going to take it off, and then we're gonna drop it on the counter with a little bit of flour. And I did have some flour left in my bowl. It wasn't a lot, so see how that goes, because my fast acting yeast was in here. And it is a little sticky, which, as I understand, y'all told me sticky dough makes for what did y'all say? Sticky dough makes for softer bread. So I'm cool with that this time. But it's not very sticky, so I'm happy about that. It moves. It's elastic, doesn't break. So I will show you. I ordered this proofing bowl, I guess this rising bowl, off of Amazon. So we're gonna drop this in here for it to rise. Y'all said, and you said the less I handle it, the better too, I think. So we're gonna put this in here to rise. Came with this little thing that you cover it with. There were 2 bowls. I've already used this bowl, so this is why this was in the plastic bag. So we're gonna cover this And I'm gonna sit it on the stove, and then I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the stove, which will give it heat to start rising. And so, much less chaotic than the last time, the bread is rising. We are going to move on to something else. Well, I am going to clean up over here, and then we're gonna move on to something else. I'm one of those people who I have to clean as I go, inside anyway. I cannot work with chaos around me. Although, I can make a chaotic video. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grease the pan so that when it's time for me to separate it and put it in the pans, it will already be separated. I mean, the pans will already be greased because we're trying to do this less chaotic. We're trying to do this as an easygoing task, which it is. So, we just have our 2 pans. We're gonna go ahead and oil them. I don't think I showed this the last time I made bread, but I did oil the pans. I just didn't show it. They are non-stick, so I don't really understand why I need to, but I did, and I'm going to this time too, just because the recipe says I should. It's actually pretty warm in my house because I don't like to be cold, so this shouldn't take very long. I can tell it's done. It's getting bigger. It's gonna be a few minutes. So now, those mushrooms, I use mushrooms. I love mushrooms. So I'm going to put those in a jar and put them up here because I will use them again soon. And then we're going to powder the peppers, and then we have other peppers that need to go into the dehydrator. So as I mentioned, Krups Vortex, Silent Vortex, that's what I use. These are the peppers and the moringa that I had harvested. That moringa, I'm gonna try tea probably tonight. I wanna try tea. Need to clean this out. I also do my coffee beans in this. When you're powdering things that's already dehydrated or freeze dried, definitely wanna make sure that whatever you're using to powder them is also dry. So that's why I'm making sure I dry this out really good because I don't wanna add moisture back because of what I use to powder it in. So we're dry here. So it's only a few mushrooms, but a few going bad to me is a problem. So this is one of the things that I'm working on. Even if I purchase it from the store, I'm still trying to make sure I preserve it. So we're gonna put these in a jar. These aren't hot peppers. These are sweet peppers that I dehydrated. So we are actually, because I don't pull the tops off of the hot peppers. So this is actually something we need to powder and add to the sweet pepper powder that we already have. All right, we'll close that. And now, that's this one. We are just gonna put these mushrooms in here. Then of course, oh, I lost a piece. We're gonna label it, but listen, mushrooms don't smell good when you dehydrating them. I kept trying to figure out what the smell was in my house, and I realized it was these mushrooms. Ooh, I didn't like it. You know what else we might do today? I have a mushroom kit somebody sent me. We might set that up, like once we get the hydroponics growing system set up over here. Well, I don't really know if I can set it up over there, but that's where I would like to set it up at. But I would imagine they need like a dark place. Maybe not, I don't know. We probably gonna set that up too. I had put it on my Amazon wish list, and somebody sent it to me, which I thought was so sweet. Thank you. I think I mentioned it here before. I just didn't use it. But I have so much time now. So we got us a little bit of mushrooms, and the way that I purchase mushrooms, I can just keep adding to this. Like if I purchase some and I don't use them all, because we rarely use them all. If I'm honest, we rarely use them all, and so I could just keep adding to this. So that's my plan. Even if we don't use all of it from the store, we gonna keep it, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and powder these. And let me grab the powder I already have. Oh, I'm gonna put one of these in here. They go with my Mylar bags, but I also use them for my jars too. So I'm gonna drop that in there. And now we have mushroom sage, love that. All right, let me get the powder. So this is the powder we made not too long ago. Still have some left, and so we're just gonna add to it. It's a sweet pepper powder. I just put a bunch of different sweet peppers together in the grinder, and then I put them in this jar. My camera got hot, so had to turn y'all off for a minute. But we about to go ahead and finish these up. This is, you know, what I always show when this is how I preserve a lot of my peppers. True story, we eat them fresh. I used to freeze them, but for us, I realized I would forget they were in the freezer. So if someone said like, what would I use this for? I use it to season everything. I'm not even joking. I season steak with it. I season shrimp with it, chicken, it gives it a good flavor. Lord, this ain't plugged in, y'all. I really do. I use it to flavor anything. I use it just like any other seasoning. And if you remember, I said I was gonna do something with my garlic powder, but I never got around to doing that. But like, I'll use this garlic powder, salt, and pepper. It gives it a very good flavor. Okay, we're done. I'm gonna go get a funnel. Everybody says you should use a funnel. I do have one, I just never get it. I'll be right back. It is my canning funnel, but a funnel nonetheless. And it does make it much easier to put this powder in it. Y'all aren't wrong. I just can be quite lazy sometimes. And just like that, we have more pepper powder seasoning. I love this stuff. I'm telling you, it's literally the way that, I think I started doing that last year, and it's the way that I prefer it. So the next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna powder any of these today because that stuff gets in my throat, something terrible. But when I find a way to use the powder, I think I said we're gonna start looking through the books. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna wait on that. But the ones that I have, the peppers that I have from last year, I think I have a larger jar. We're gonna go ahead and put those in Mylar bags. And these we will save to try to figure out how we can use it medicinally. But until we figure out how to do it medicinally, we're just gonna put them in a jar too. And true story, I could put them in a Mylar bag and not seal it, but I don't want to waste a bag. And I think the ones that I have here can fit in this jar. This is a jar of cayenne peppers, and I think I can just fit these in here instead of creating a whole new jar. Just opening that jar went in my throat, y'all. These cayenne peppers ain't no joke. But I hear they're very good for you. Not to mention, they're very good for my chickens. Someone mentioned that I should, you know, give them cayenne peppers. I do. I think I mentioned it in a video a little, maybe a week or so ago. I give them cayenne, well, I give them hot pepper flakes. So I have another jar of hot pepper flakes up there. We just finished the last jar that I was giving them, so I'll take that jar outside. And so this is the jar that we will use soon. I think these all came from this year. These are from last year, and the ones we're gonna put in the Mylar bags for, like, let's say I find something really good to do with these. I have some that are preserved for a little bit longer by using the Mylar bag. I need to go and grab my flat iron. Have a little tiny flat iron. That's how I seal these bags. Yep, so they all fit in there. Got that done. And then, like I said, I have some more that I need to put in the dehydrator, but I feel like we've done that together quite a few times. We probably don't need to do it again. Trying to see if this is the size bag that I want. No, it's not. I'll be right back. It's this bag, and it has 3 different sizes in it, and I want the middle size. The 6x9 is what I want. So, comes with pretty much everything you need to get started, and I'm pretty sure they should fit in this bag. So this is for longer storage, and we're just gonna pour them out of that jar and into this bag. And they do stand up too. Love that. So we just gonna pour them in here. And my bread is rising, just so you know. Worked out well. So now They are reusable, so once I open this bag, once I seal it, I can still use the bag. But for long term, you want to seal it. I'll wash that jar now. I got an extra jar. And make sure I put a label on it. Comes with labels too. Now just write cayenne peppers on that. And so I realized I am going to still put the hydroponics growing systems up, but I have to order some of the nutrients stuff that they have. If you know, I think, maybe not, it might be some downstairs somewhere. Anyway, if you know a way to use those without having to order it, like if you know a fertilizer that you use and you like super diluted or something, let me know, because I'm interested. I'm gonna order some, but I am interested. Let me go get the flat iron. I'll be right back. So I got the flat iron. Gotta let it heat up for a few minutes. And I do believe I could use my vacuum sealer to do the same thing. But for me, it's just easier to pull out the flat iron. That also does the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and label this cayenne peppers. Yay. You know, I did this with my, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't know, but I did this with the ingredients that I had left over from making the fire cider. Also, I'm gonna give y'all an update on that stuff too. From making the fire cider. And now I won't have to go searching for horseradish the next time I want to make fire cider. So I thought that was a great idea. Okay, so the flat irons are hot. I'm just gonna take it right across it and seal it. And the company has a sealer, but I don't have it. So this is what I do. I just use the flat iron. And it works just fine. And now that bag is sealed all the way across, which will hold in all the freshness of it. See? Just like that. I sealed that bag with a flat iron. Yep, nice. Got some cayenne pepper saved. I do this with my herbs too. I have done it with my herbs. So let's move on. Also, I'm gonna show you the dough that is rising. But I think I'm about to, if the quail incubator is ready, we're gonna go ahead and put those eggs in there. Now, we don't have a lot of eggs, but this hatching is not for the freezer. This hatching is to replace the covey outside. So if I can get 5 or 6 to hatch out of these few eggs I have, that would be great. Now, if I don't, then when it is time, I will call the ones that I have because I don't have a space to start a new covey. I can't add new birds to the flock I have. They would end up fighting. So I want to add them all at the same time. But it's worth a try to go ahead and start to put these eggs in the incubator. So we are at a temperature of 100 and a humidity of 53. So I do mine between like 48 and 55 because that's what they say. I gotta go turn the flat iron off. Hold on, because that's what the directions say, right? And I always have to pull these directions out. No matter how many times I put eggs in this incubator, I always forget what the starting humidity is supposed to be. I always remember the temperature, but not the starting humidity. So 48 to 55 is acceptable. We are at 53, so we're gonna go ahead and put these in here. So quail eggs they start hatching between like day 18 and 20. And then you may get a few more after that to hatch. And so the way that this thing works is you can put the amount of days. I always put it to 21 days, but they always hatch earlier than 21 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the days, and you hold this down. Sometimes it doesn't work very nicely with me, but it should start beeping. There you go. And that's where you can set your temperature. So I could switch it down to 99.5, but I always do 100. And then I think I push it again for the humidity. No, for the days. So now I just push it up to 21. I know somebody's probably thinking, why don't you just put it on 18? Because I've always done 21. So now press it and it will count backwards down to the days. And at a certain day, at like when you're 3 days from hatching, you raise the humidity. But we'll come back at 3 days and I will show you how I do that. I'm gonna wait a few minutes because this is moving between it's above 55, and I don't want to put them in there if the humidity is higher than 55, so I may have to let this sit for a little while. This is blinking because it's at 99.5, probably because I moved it, saying that it's about to go back up to 100. All right, so update on the bread is it is rising. If you remember what size it was when I originally put it in there, it's rising. We still got a little more time, but it is working. So I have grabbed my trusty Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. And I put this in, I had mentioned it in a video and put it up on the screen. And then I posted in community that I had received it and people asked what the name of the book was. It is Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. I have taken the time to label the book with the common name because the book is in order by the scientific name, and I'm just getting to learn this stuff, so I absolutely do not know the scientific names. So I took the time to just label it with the common name, and then up here there's a section in this book. The first section is very detailed of those herbs. Then when you get to the back, they have other herbs not as detailed. So this is the very detailed, this is the not very detailed, and then there are a few in the back, and that's like instructions on using it. So my point in grabbing this is because this is the marshmallow root that we dried, and I do think that I read that the best way to use it was a decoction. And so with that being said, we're just gonna put it full on in there like this, but I wanna double check that before I do it. I don't wanna change its structure. If a decoction is the best way to use it, I will do what I need to do to it when I go to use it. So marshmallow must have been in the back. So yeah, I see it. And this is why y'all can't even see what I was doing. Anyway, marshmallow is one of the ones that they don't give a lot of information on in this book. But it does say that you can use the roots, leaves, and the flowers. I may need to go, I need to go grab the other smaller book. This smaller book will tell me, it was more detailed on marshmallow. But this is why I feel it is necessary to have more than one book. For me, not for everybody. It's why I feel like I should have it. Yes, an infusion or a decoction. So I'm going to maybe break it up a little bit so that it can fit in a jar, but I'm just gonna leave it the way that it is. And actually, this is the jar that we took the cayenne out of. Yeah, I don't see that there's any problem just putting it in here. And I maybe could break it up, but for the sake of what I'm trying to do right now, which is get it off of the stand over there. Oh, that's very hard. You can't, oh yeah, you can. As I say, you can't really break it. I'm just breaking off the top because I want to, and maybe I should cut the tops off anyway. Take the tops off anyway, because they're still kind of green and it's not a part of the root. I will change the sticker on the top of this, but we have saved marshmallow root. Also, just to be safe, I'm gonna put a oxygen absorber in there. And someone said I should get, I guess it's more of a moisture one. I'll look into that. I don't have any, so oxygen absorber it is. Now, oh, there's a piece of it. Now what's left up here? We have pineapple sage up there. We're gonna take that off of the, stem. And then we also have some rosemary, which I already took off the stem, just need to put it in a jar. All right, and rosemary saved. Oh, and have lots of rosemary outside. When I made my tincture, this was left over. So now we just have a little bit more. Okay, we're back. We're back on the other side of the table. This is pineapple sage, like I said, that I had grabbed quite some time ago. We just gonna pull the leaves off. I'm gonna just go down the stem. So much easier. Or up seems to be fine too. With rosemary, I find going down it is easier, but seems like with this, either way works. And I'm just saving the full leaf. I'm not gonna grind it. More than likely gonna use this for tea, unless I find out that it's good for something else. I think it's about time to punch our bread and get it separated to go in the pans too. Super excited to do that. I didn't make bread Sunday. I don't know what I was doing Sunday. Oh, I was sitting out in the garden rambling on that video. That's what I was doing Sunday. But it was a good little day out there. I will tell you that. I'm going out there later today. I have some things to do. So, there we go. Our pineapple sage has also been saved. And those, look how tall that one is. Goes way up. Those are the hydroponics growing systems that I'm going to grow in this year. The one at the top has a two pocket type thing. And this is where I plan to grow some miniature tomatoes. I can't remember the name of them. I ordered them last year. And then the one down here has a bunch of different slots. Now that one also came with a bunch of slots too, but I just feel like if I'm gonna grow tomatoes, I'll do 2 tomatoes here and all of the smaller things that I want down here. So essentially, I could do lettuce down here, tomatoes up here. I could do some herbs like basil or something down here. And I probably, honestly, could do a pepper in here too. I think I have a miniature pepper, so I may try a tomato and a pepper in here. But I'm not gonna fully set it up because I don't have the nutrients things yet. I have to order those today. But this is where I'm gonna grow it. This bread rack gets so much use and it has different uses throughout the season. But I like growing in these, and I know it's probably not organic. I don't know what the nutrients is. It's a way for me to grow in the winter and not have to go outside all the time and still have pretty things growing. Oh, this one is a self-waterer too. So I have a bottle down here that I used last year. It's a self-waterer, and the thing for the nutrients is in here and it comes out every so often. They both come with an app. They're from Let Pot. They're both from Let Pot. They come with the app so you can see when the water is low, when the nutrients is low. So I really like it. This is the more up-to-date one. This is the older one, but I still use both of them. Yay. Nice. Nice. Yes, I'm still separating it with the spatula because I still forgot to buy a dough cutter. But I did buy a bread knife like y'all told me. So we're still separating it like that. You know what I do wish though? I wish I could find a recipe that I could do just one loaf. If you know anything about a recipe that I could do just one loaf, let me know. I'm just trying to get it into the circle and the length. And then we're gonna put it down, because I know the less I deal with it, the better. So we're gonna put it in here, and we're letting it rise again. But the dough feels very pliable and movable, so love that. And it's not sticky. I didn't have to go back. Are y'all happy for me? I am happy for me. Now, the other thing y'all told me, somebody told me, was to put some saran wrap on it so it doesn't stick. So I'm gonna do that. And then let me show you something. Somebody sent me these cute little pot covers a while ago. If that was you, thank you. I am using these to cover the pans. I put the saran wrap on it. Then I use these to cover the pans while they do their next rise. They're so cute. How many of y'all was hollering, "You didn't order saran wrap"? I wish I could have heard y'all hollering it, because you know what? This is the second rise. This is technically the third rise, because I forgot to put the oil on the saran wrap. So when I came back to take the saran wrap off, it was sticking, which caused the bread to deflate. But we now have bread that has risen. And I know I'm not supposed to be touching it that much either. But we about to put this in the oven. I'm so excited. This is my 3rd time making bread. All 3 times were edible. So this is the next time. Let me make sure the oven is on the right temperature. I am gonna make sure that I link this recipe because the last time I forgot. And I saw somebody's comment, meant to go back and then still forgot to do it. So it's supposed to be at 350. So I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. Supposed to be in here 350 for 30 to 33 minutes. So we're gonna put it in because this bread done had its time, baby. But I got a really nice rise on it. I'm so excited. Y'all, how can I tell y'all how excited I am to actually be baking bread myself? Okay, y'all. So my son had to take the bread out because I had to go get my daughter. We're loving the fact that the top, this doesn't feel super dense and the top is not super dry or hard, I mean. So let's take it out and see what it's feeling like on the sides. Like, I'm not feeling like I need to put butter or anything on the top of it. It moves. So let's see. Oh my God. And the sides are soft. I'm so excited. I can't wait to cut into it. It's still hot, so, but I don't know if y'all can see. Everything moves. I was so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to cut this. I want to cut it now, but I know I shouldn't. That's one thing y'all told me. Y'all said, let it cool. So I'm going to let it cool. But this just already automatically feels better. Do we think it's the 3rd rise? Y'all tell me. Does the rise have anything to do with it? When I tell you I'm going to be on Craftsy watching those videos, I really am. Don't forget, click the link below. This one keeps asking me if the bread is ready.
I asked one time.
She walked in the house and she said, ask me a bread. And now she's back in here asking me if the bread is ready. So we're gonna cut this together and we're gonna taste it together. You're gonna get the jam. So like I said, we did get a bread knife. Y'all told me to do that. And I had made some jam jelly. I put it over in my community section. I did not record it because I did not know what I was doing. But let's take our first. This feels so much better. That's what I can tell you. If oh, nice. Haven't seen the inside yet. Oh, y'all. Even the ends feel good. And it looks really good, too. Oh, so excited. Look at that. I'm so excited. Y'all, this might be the best one I've made so far. Okay, here. I'm gonna get me a piece. It's really soft, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the softest one I made so far. You think?
Yeah.
You want jelly?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know y'all told me to get a knife, and then somebody said they have bread cutters, because I guess this is definitely not the best cut of a slice. But we're about to taste it. I'm gonna taste it without jelly. I did it, y'all. I finally made some that tastes like what I was expecting. Like the other ones taste good, but this is actually what I was expecting. It's soft, the top is not hard. Do we think it was the 3rd rise? Somebody tell me. I hope y'all make it to this part of the video. Cause like I said, I know, and we can't put the eggs in the incubator. We now at 60. So we will do it again in another video. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. This is so good, y'all. Bye, y'all. I did it. I did it. Are you proud of me?
You need a bread cutter.
I do need a bread cutter.
This knife is not doing it.
Said it was a bread knife.